What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to The Average Investor, where anyone can build wealth, even the average investor. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to invest $1,000. And $1,000 is more of just like a buzzword and like a benchmark that people strive to go for. But if you have $100, if you have $800, if you have $3,000, this concept really applies to all of that. So just because you don't have $1,000 on the dot, this video will still apply to you. And before we get into today's video, if you're an old subscriber, you already know how much I love and appreciate you. So thank you for showing up again. If you are a new viewer and are not subscribed yet, then please feel free to subscribe, and do not forget to destroy that like button because it really does help me out so much. It helps push these videos beyond what you can ever imagine. So go ahead and do that. I greatly appreciate it. And if you don't feel like subscribing yet, maybe wait until the end of the video. And if I convinced you then you owe me a subscription. Kind of. Thank you. It is also my favorite day of the week, not just because it's a Tuesday and because I'm wearing my favorite Grateful Dead shirt. It's because I can actually sit down and knock out one of these videos. It's something that I love and hope you guys take away something from this. Hope there's some value. Hope you learn something. So let's jump into the video. Okay, so we need to address two things before we dive into this video. The first thing is I'm not a professional financial advisor. I'm not a licensed professional. I'm just someone on YouTube. So make sure you guys are doing your own due diligence before making any investments yourself or before taking any of this educational advice. Second thing is this video is gonna be better geared towards people with a consistent stream of income. Not someone like, let's say you just saved up $1,000, but you don't have a stream of income. So you really were just getting that from like birthday money or just a one side job that was a one-time deal. This is going to be better for people that have constant flow of income, not necessarily getting $1,000 every single month or anything like that, but you have a constant stream of income. And if you are in the boat of someone that is getting just $1,000 in a lump sum or just on one side job or something like that, then what I would do is I would take that $1,000 and I would invest in yourself into skills or into applying to other jobs or finding a way to actually make a consistent stream of income. So if you just happen to have built up $1,000 within like 5 years, then this probably isn't going to be the best video for you. Again, I would focus on yourself, maybe taking those $1,000, reading books, watching YouTube videos, taking courses, and building up skills that will build and generate revenue. But if you are someone with a consistent cash flow, a 9-to-5 job, something that is constantly giving you money per month on a monthly or weekly basis, then this video is going to be best for you. So let's dive into 5 places where I would invest $1,000. The first place and my favorite, hands down, favorite place to invest your first $1,000 if it's going into the stock market is index funds and ETFs. The reason why I would recommend those two things is because they are very well diversified and they're great for long-term investing. And that's what my channel is all about. I'm not about getting rich quick. I think all those things are scams. So I don't recommend any other, schemes like that. I really think that index funds and ETFs over the long term are going to be able to build and generate wealth for the long term. I hope that made sense. And don't worry if you guys do not know what an index fund or an ETF is. I will put the video link up here to my other video about explaining exactly what index funds are. So if you haven't seen that yet, make sure you check that out. A quick summary of what it is basically in trying to buy an individual stock. You're gonna buy a fund that entails tons and tons of businesses and stocks. So you're actually buying the entire market instead of just trying to buy the next stock that's gonna blow up, because timing the market is really hard. And if you are someone that is a beginner to the stock market, I think index funds and ETFs are a great place to start. So putting your first $1,000 down in a very long-term safe investment, I think is a phenomenal start. For example, let's say we look at the index fund VTSAX. This is a Vanguard total stock market index fund. So like I was saying earlier, you're going to be buying the entire stock market instead of just buying individual stocks. And then on the flip side, if we're looking at ETFs, I would recommend looking into SPY, which is the top 500 companies. It's the S&P 500. So obviously these companies are proven. They've proven their worth by doing their business. So this is also a great ETF to check out. And by no means should these investments be seen as a quick day trade, swing trade, or a short-term trade. That's not what these things are really designed to do. Index funds and ETFs are great for the long term. So again, I'm looking to more buy buy and hold these. So you're gonna be investing these $1,000 and you're gonna basically let that money work for you until 40 to 50 to 60 years later down the road, depending on your age. And I would also highly encourage making these investments of these index funds and ETFs within a retirement account so you're not missing out on any tax benefits. If you don't know what a Roth IRA is, don't worry, I will link a video up here of what exactly a Roth IRA is so you're not missing out on anything. Okay, so for the second place that I would look to invest $1,000 is individual stocks. On a long-term standpoint, as I mentioned, I really would focus on index funds and ETFs, but picking and selecting individual stocks can give you a higher upside over the long term and you can see massive returns. Now, when I'm saying investing in these stocks, I'm not recommending you going on TikTok and trying to find the next day trading stock to throw in $1,000 on some penny stock. That's not what I'm going for. I'm talking about companies that you truly believe in and that you want to invest in for the long term. And a good way to gauge this is look around what your household items are. So like Apple is a company that I'm invested in for the long term. I have both an Apple desktop as well as a laptop. I think that's a company that has proven their worth and I think I'm going to be holding them for the long term. And a couple of other individual stocks that I have handpicked are Facebook, Microsoft, Amazon, and Tesla. And again, I think there is some more risk to picking and selecting individual stocks, so please keep that in mind. Again, I am purchasing stocks that I'm gonna be holding for the long term. I'm not a day trader, I'm not a swing trader, so I'm only investing in individual stocks that I truly believe in. Another key benefit to look out for is if you are investing in individual stocks within a Roth IRA, for example, as a retirement account, you won't have to pay taxes on those massive gains. Like let's say over 50 years, Apple goes up 700%. Hopefully it's more than that, but let's say it goes up 700%. When you do decide to take out that money at 59 and a half and older, you're not gonna have to pay taxes on all those massive gains that you make. So keeping your stocks, individual stocks within a retirement account is a genius idea because you're not gonna have to pay taxes on those dividends or that appreciation over the long term once you've turned 59 and a half. That's just a massive cheat code. But let's say you wanna invest in something like Amazon for the long term, which is like above $3,000 now, and you just simply do not have the capital for that. That's completely fine because a ton of brokerages now are offering fractional shares, just like M1 Finance, which link down in the description, so do not miss out on that. And this is also a great time if you are looking to buy individual stocks, go check out Webull down in the description because they are giving away 4 free stocks when you deposit $100 that can be valued up to $3,700. That's a steal. As I mentioned, index funds and ETFs are a great long-term safe bet, but let's take Apple for example. As you can see here, over just the past year, it shot up 70%. 70% would be insane for an index fund and an ETF to achieve, so this is really the higher upside of investing in an individual stock. Okay, for the next place that I would look to invest in $1,000, and the third one on the list is bonds. Now, bonds can be a great place to invest in if let's say you're a little bit older, you're approaching retirement and you're just starting to invest. This is a great way to make sure that your wealth isn't going anywhere and you're gonna be getting a very guaranteed return on your investment, just the upside is gonna be limited. So don't forget that. Let's say you are in your younger 20s and 30s, you can be a little bit more aggressive because you have so much more time on your side. But if you're someone, again, that is in your 40s, your 50s, and even your 60s, and you're approaching retirement, then bonds can be a great way to make sure you're having wealth preservation. Or let's say your portfolio right now is really aggressive and you feel like that it's super volatile, adding and buying bonds can be a great way to stabilize and adding a safety net to your portfolio. And just to give you guys an example, right now my portfolio is sitting at 95% stocks, index funds, and ETFs, and 5% bonds. And do not worry, I will be doing a revealing of my entire portfolio in the future, so do not miss out on that. When it comes to these bonds, you could be investing in government bonds, so this money is obviously backed by the government, so you're not gonna be investing in a stock that's gonna be extremely volatile. You are gonna be investing something that is extremely stable, but do not, and I mean do not be expecting to make any massive gains. You're really not gonna fluctuate more than 3 to 5%. Those gains are more gonna be seen on like the total index bonds, but in terms of government bonds, you are not going to become rich overnight. I can guarantee that. Okay, so for the next place that I would invest $1,000 is a business. So now we're really gonna be stepping away from the stock market and more focusing on a business that you're gonna be making an initial investment and in hopes to actually make more income and generate revenue in the future. Now, my biggest tip and hands down the most important thing when it comes to investing in a business and even starting a business is please select something that you're actually passionate about. If you're going into building a business just to make money, there's a good chance you're not gonna survive for long because the money isn't gonna come quick. I can promise you that. You're gonna be lucky if it does, but if you're super passionate about it, then it's only gonna be fun from the beginning, and then all of a sudden you're gonna start generate revenue. So if you absolutely despise baseball, do not start a baseball consulting company. Please. Let's say you're really into dogs and you can start a dog Instagram or a dog TikTok, posting content that you enjoy personally that you think others will enjoy. Then from there, you can build an audience, and from that audience, you can find ways to actually monetize this business. So you can actually be investing $1,000 up front in terms of content, trying to find freelance people to help you design a logo, building an LLC, investing in marketing and advertising. This is an efficient way of actually investing this $1,000 in hopes for this business to be generating and increasing your revenue over time. A prime example for me is I'm really passionate about personal finance, if you couldn't tell. And I really wanted to start a YouTube channel, so I invested money into both a computer, a camera, lights, plants, everything to make the set look a little bit better. I'm investing money up front in hopes for this to actually generate revenue over the long term. And I actually really like this approach of actually investing your first $1,000 into a business, because this will be able to give you options and opportunities later down the road. If let's say you are working a 9 to 5 and you're looking to switch things up, if you already invested these $1,000 into this business hoping that it grows over time, then that could be a liable option. And beyond that, investing money in something that you personally enjoy can be extremely intrinsically rewarding later down the road. But believe me, this is something that is not going to be easy, but if you really do stick with it, you will succeed. And I think if you do invest these $1,000 into something now, it could end up being something that goes way past than just the money, but actually making you happy beyond your own belief. So taking that seed money, that first $1,000, and starting your furniture flipping business or starting your YouTube channel is a great place to be investing your $1,000, especially if you're someone who is looking to actually build a steady flow of income over the long term. Even though that this is fourth on my list, this is actually probably my personal favorite, so I recommend this one the most. Okay, well, I actually just lied, because the final and last place is probably my favorite place to be investing $1,000, and that's within yourself. Building skills such as communication, social media manager, graphic design, editing, even coding, all these skills can be extremely important and they're irreplaceable. It's like once you've invested the time to actually learn how to ride a bike, you're gonna know how to ride a bike. And building these skills, whether it's social media manager or coder, then that's really gonna make you competitive in the marketplace if you are looking for a job, but also if you wanted to start your own business and you understand how to do accounting all the way to sales to marketing, then that's gonna make you dangerous in terms of the entrepreneurial market. And even though I think there is a ton, and I mean a ton, of free content already on YouTube with just a click away, if you are someone that does want to invest in courses, classes, like Skillshare, I think these are great places for you to be investing your $1,000 in order to build skills for yourself. Another great place in Old Faithful are books. Find books on topics that you're interested in or places that you feel like you have weaknesses and that you want to grow. And I would invest those money in those books because you're going to be learning from someone that has a ton of knowledge or might be an expert on that topic. Another great place to be investing $1,000 in yourself is a mentor. If you're looking for someone to walk you through your own experiences and your own personal situations, then a mentor can be a great place to start, where someone already has absorbed all these knowledges and skills and is going to be able to teach it and break it down to you. Again, make sure you're looking around for all this free content that's already out there, and also do not be getting scammed by any of these courses or these mentors or coaches. Make sure you're doing all of your due diligence in vetting that your $1,000 is going to the right place. But ultimately, I think investing those $1,000 in yourself, building skills that no one else has, is a great investment. So that's pretty much gonna wrap up this video, guys. Those are my 5 places that I would look to invest $1,000. And I hope you found some value in this. I hope you learned something today. If you do have any questions, please feel free to drop them down in the comments. I do my best to respond to literally anyone and everyone, so please drop them there. And if you did make it this far in the video, consider smashing that like button or lightly tapping it. And if you are not a subscriber and you watch all the way to the end of this video, this would be a great time to also subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if not, maybe I can convince you in later videos. But if you guys did make it to this point in the video, I really do appreciate your attention, your love, and your support watching this video. So go take your time back in your life, go and build, go and invest in one of these 5 things. And if I left something out, please put it down in the comments. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and hope to see you in more videos to come. Bye, guys.